love bugs? It's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. I'm sending so much love, uplift, frequency, energy, if it's to boost you up, because I know this is Friday, so it may have been a long week for you. So I'm going ahead and sending you some beautiful energy to uplift you, keep you on your alignment, and whatever your prayers and that you are battling that other people don't know about, I'm sending you love and strength to be able to persevere. Anybody's coming in with nefarious vibes, anything that's negative, please, I'm returning that back. So I'm not even going to consume, embody, or claim that. So the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyokas, life is really testing you. Show her that you have really truly studied. When I tell you, okay, like I said, y'all know I haven't really been doing videos that much, because if you've been with me for a while, y'all know y'all be lucky if I used to actually take a break. I used to do videos like 12, 13 of them a day, but just going through so many things in life, like I was telling y'all the other day, I just sit here and just think about how life has really changed, for me. Even though my situation or my surroundings and circumstances hasn't really changed, it's just the way I look at them, how I go about it, how I push through, how I persevere, having to do mantras, be able to tell yourself, you're going to give yourself that energy, that uplift, that can really just push you on through the day. You don't want to sit up here and say, I used to have this bad habit on begging God and praying, God, please do not give me a stressful day. Like, God be purposely never mind, because you're doing that just to strengthen you. So, but anyways, be those different things, but it's just like history is repeating itself. You might have a lot of people that you have broke apart from, whether, they're doing their thing, you're doing yours, or it could have been, hey, this is holding me back. Because now it's just like, if you're in that vibe now that you have been doing a lot of spiritual cleansing, spiritual upgrades, there's been a lot of downloads that's coming in where it's giving you creative ideas, different things where you may have felt stagnant in certain areas. You've been trying to find a way around certain things, or, it's just calling you to be more confident in yourself, when you got to believe in yourself. If you've gone through different things and this new shift that has taken place in your life, especially if it's foreign to you, it's really telling you to be heavy in your discernment. Really heavy in your discernment. You're going through many tests, and it's just like they're wanting you to see the confidence they see in you. Because a lot of times it's like when we're going through things and it feel like life is just really falling apart, it just seems like you if you make peace and let go, cut cords, accept, move on, here come five or six other things that you haven't come back and deal with then. And it's just like, if you're going through these things, the things that you face is not for the weak. It's just not. You're not going to deal with somebody stole my parking space, or I was looking for something in the mail and get it. No, you going through some real heavy stuff, like life-changing things that this is not built for the weak. I will say that again. There's a lot of times where we feel like, I can't move on. I'm tired of going through this. I could tell you, there's times where I feel so energetically like tapped out, from healing, dealing with, emotional and past triggers that, I had to make peace with, forgiving people that are not even sorry, having to be able to stay focused even when, I have distractions set in. I got, especially when you're dealing with karmic families, karmic spouses, karmic exes, parental connections, whatever. Even within ourselves, I feel like everybody has somewhat of a little narcissism in them, a little bit, some heavier than others, until you recognize that. I'm not saying everybody does, but a lot of times we can move through that unsubconsciously until it's time for us to wake up and say, hey, I want something better in my life. I want something different in my life. I want to start attracting more. I want to be feeling more abundant, not just abundant, financially, but spiritually, emotionally, even sexually. You really just want to be in those different vibes where everything is yours for the taking, and I'm talking about like the different things that you worked hard for, or different things that can be very positive and lucrative in your life that, can really expand something. Like I said the other day, universe, God, source will show you a canvas of your life. There's a lot of times you get views on different things that other people don't understand. Like, why do you got to go through all this? Why do you got to do that? It should be just this simple. There will be certain things that you going through a scavenger hunt on, and that's basically what you're doing is a scavenger hunt to really know yourself. It's not like you're becoming a new person. It is, well, let me put it this way. To me, if IMO, if you really want to think about it, you're becoming a new person, but this is that person that's always been in there. You just had to experience so many different things for you to recognize, I know my life could be better than this. Or, I want so many better things in my life, not just materialistic things, but, fundamental, middle line, to where, where can I do things to where I can do things that I'm passionate about. That really just gets me in my gear. I don't want to be in a situation or circumstances, even if I have to be at that point, at that, that pause for a moment until you go to that next level of where you have to experience certain things in that life, where after you have a spiritual awakening. I've had many conversations, especially with y'all, if you've been with me for a while, or when I used to do Lyfe. And we would sit up here and talk about that. It's like when you go through a spiritual awakening and you are, HSP, hypersensitive person, you can't work a normal job anymore. You start seeing different toxic labels. Oh, that person's got inferior issues and superior issues, or godlike complex, and this is a sadist and narcissist, and all those weird things. And it's like when you start becoming open to reaching out the box, there are certain things that universe and source and them are going to place in your life, especially if you're like, look, I'm ready. You've been sending me signs. You've been sending me synchronicities. I've been, be different things that I imagine I want in my life and I want to do in my life. And all of a sudden it may be a commercial, or you may meet somebody that is going through, that may be able to get you get you a step in the door some kind of where it's connecting with something that you might do, and universe is saying that you're ready for this, but they want you to know you are going to be ready, but you're going through all these constant tests that you're going through. You got past people coming back, you may be a little nostalgic, thinking about certain people and certain situations, and if it's something where it was like toxic, and it would be something like that, or you get in touch with somebody, maybe you see them in the store, or you get a text message or a phone call or even a visit, and it'll be from people you are really not trying to, I miss you, but I remember why we stopped talking in the first place. Certain things and certain situations and certain people in your life has an expiration date. And a lot of time you got to go through that grieving process of being able to let that go. Saying, okay, it ran its course, but I thought I was going to be with this person, or I thought I was going to stay married to this person, or, I thought, I could see myself being besties with this, all those different things. And that's okay. A lot of times you never know, maybe that person's path may have changed for a minute, and maybe they got to go do some healing. Maybe they got to go do soul searching. They're probably going through the same thing that you're going through, trying to find their way. But a lot of times in our bad habits, and I can say it within myself, when we step in unfamiliar territory, it's very scary. And anybody who's dealing with that, where you're pushing forward, you're taking risky decisions, like, you may be not a risk taker, or you may be one of the ones that's very careless, and they telling you, hey, use your discernment, stop jumping into something because it looks good out, on paper or something like that. You don't know what you're walking into, because there's a lot of times universe will send something to you that will just be the best thing, to point A to point B, point C. But this is not what they told you. This is not the information they guided you towards. But this has got your attention. Stay woke. Stay woke. You're being tested every single day. God knows what ticks you off. God knows what gets you peeved, gets on your nerves, triggers you. So he will pull different things, different people in, or certain situations is taking place into your life just to see, are you going to give reaction to something that's what the whole purpose was. A lot of times we don't realize God will put karmics in our lives for us to be in a certain situation. I see what mine was like, not forgiving. Faith, belief, patience, self-love, self-care, people pleaser, external validation. You will go through all these different things until it gets to that point where you start, only thing that matters is how you are and how you feel about yourself. If you know you are sponsoring yourself in a good, good vibration, you're upbeat, we do have our moments, hey, every day is not, sunshine and rainbows and leprechauns and gold cauldrons and stuff like that. But you go through your different things, but you're allowing yourself to go through it. This is at that time where, so many emotions is coming up. You're dealing with ascension. You're going through, you're leveling up. So when you're leveling up, that means you got to deal with more stuff. It just gets crazy like, dang, you saying abundance coming in. It look like my whole life about to fall apart. It is. It's dismantling anything that is no longer serving you into your life. Or they will put people in your life where you start ignoring stuff start getting worse and worse and worse. When it's just showing you, okay, this person is not for you. This situation is not healthy for you. You have to be able to let go. These are different people that has ran their course into your life. These are the different people that came into your life that had to teach you how to love yourself. It would be different things like, I went through karmic situations and very toxic situations, but I went through a lot of beautiful things in my life. But, I put them both hand in hand because it was some kind of lesson I had to go through. You can't always love the good and never love the bad, because the bad parts, it triggers something into you. You don't know your karmics or your healers. You're empath, you're a healer, in every way. We trigger things in different people. They trigger things in us. Is where it's coming aware, where it's just showing you, okay, that there's certain things that you're still feeling a little sensitive about, and it's okay to feel sensitive. We don't know what other people are going through unless you've specifically been there. Okay, we don't know everybody's story. There's a lot of things that we are battling about that we don't talk about to other people. And we're fine. That's what, especially if you're a walking depression, and you've gone through so much and you're really trying to really see the sunshine. You're trying to tiptoe through the tulips and stuff like that. But it's like you've been down so long. And then you don't realize you have spirit, you have energies just coming together with you, and say, hey, you've been stuck in this vibe for too long. You went through these experiences in this painful situations, but you also had beautiful situations. You had hateful situations, but you also had loving situations. But these are the things that help you grow. This is the things that, that teaches you. Whatever you're lacking in your life, universe and God and universe, source, whatever, is going to stick you in a situation, because God wants you battled out to be leveled up all the way aligned. Like, he needs you to be aligned. So for you to be able to be in that alignment, we have to be able to go through different stuff, and it'll be just like, if I could talk to my 6 year in the past self to where I am now, or 15 years, I'm like, oh God. It would be one of those things. I couldn't have been able to come back and tell my future self come back and tell me, oh, these are different things you'll be going. Girl, if you don't go sit down and go get a check, this is not going to happen to me. But it just allowed me to really look at life. And it's just like, there's days that I'm very depressed. There'll be different days that I'm full of life, just acting goofy, and there'll be just days that I'm just like, I'm really tapped the F out, and just trying to be okay. It's like, are you okay? I'm okay. Even when I'm not okay, I'ma still be okay. This is, you have to constantly remind yourself, all this war that I'm going through, there got to be some kind of pinnacle or some kind of triumph or some kind of blessing that's coming from all these things that I'm going through. Because a lot of times we walking like Eeyore, Anybody ever remember Winnie the Pooh and Friends back in the day? Eeyore was always like, he needed something. Like Prozac, Valium or something. But it was just like he was always bad. No, I'm over here. You got it. And it would be a lot of times you went like that. I was like that. Sometimes I did my videos like that. Sometimes I'll go back and look at certain videos and I will cringe. And universe will be looking like they're about to pop my head. I wish you would. Don't you dare sit up here and take that video off. These are, people that watches your videos, they need to be able to say the good things in life, but they also had to be able to see you in your broken moments too. Because there's so many people who are going through that, and we don't know how to process a lot of things that come into our lives that are very traumatic. And you're trying to deal with them the best way we know how. A lot of times it's denial. Sometimes it can get very toxic with ourselves, the way we deal with it. It could be addictions, it could be harm, to self, or bad thoughts that you don't want to be here no more. All those different things. But it's like, you're not put on this earth to be belittled. You're not here to be put on this earth to be looked down to, used and abused. If you're that person that got a kind heart, got a real kind heart, it'll be that person to take a shirt off the back, just let me keep the undergarments back there, or if you got a friend and they need $5 for gas money or just need to get something to eat, and I got $20, here, you get this 10, I take this 10. It'll be those different things. When you move through good intentions, and you have your bad days too, you probably cuss somebody out, flip somebody off, and in traffic done jumped in front of you without a signal, or slowing up or whatever. You have those moments, and it's okay. But we're going through a huge transformation where it's telling you got to be gentle with yourself. Because a lot of times we can beat ourselves up and start second guessing. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have said that. Was I too real? Was I too brutal? And universe is like, man, you could have said it a little bit better. You could have articulated yourself. I mean, you got your point across. I'd be like, I'm just straight cut and dry. I ain't got time to be piddling foot around. I almost forgot where I'm at. Piddling foot around. To be, I guess just get direct source, just direct, just be able to do it out. But these are those times where it's just like, it feel like, when something good happens or when it's calm, especially if you like where you feel like you're in a constant war zone. And it's no disrespect for anybody who's going through that over there, but I'm talking about spiritual war zones. You're trying to level up. You're trying to step into the new version of you. Stay in that new version of you. But there's some parts of you that still, we're in an uncomfortable state. Because I'm talking to the people that are doing the work. You're doing the work. You're healing. Mantras, upliftment, just affirmations and stuff like that. You're forgiving. Allow yourself to cry. Allow myself to say I'm mad. Okay, you're mad. Allow yourself to be mad for a minute, but don't stay there. You know what I'm saying? You okay to have your little tidbit fit, whatever, but don't allow yourself to stay there. That's the devil. The devil wants you to stay down. The devil wants you to be stressed out. The devil wants you to be so occupied and be stretched thin that you can't think straight, and not really knowing, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes for you. When you doing good and you trying to be good, you doing your best. God, source, ancestors is doing the rest. They just needed you to be patient. They needed you to believe not just within yourself, but believe in the ones that standing behind you. Know that you're loved, knowing you're protected. You have a purpose in this life. You didn't go through all these hardships to just go through hardships. That's not what you came here for. You had to go through some kind of experience that may have messed you up in some kind of way. And then you were able to rebuild yourself, and it was like redemption, salvation, this deliverance, vindicated. You going through something like that. There's so many people out here that got a purpose. And their experience, it hits. There'll be certain things you can hear on the internet or somebody's telling you a story and your heart will just break for that person. And especially if it's the type of person that you always see laughing or always trying to cheer people up or, giving that person just an upliftment for the day because they may have, gone through something, and it's really hitting them. You be that person to just uplift somebody, or you want to be that person that's just like, hey, call me if you need to. If you need to talk, a lot of times people don't want you to give them solutions. They just need somebody to hear them. Let them be understood, because obviously there's people around, that don't understand them. There's a lot of people, when you're woke like that and you're dealing with people that are okay being in illusions or not thinking outside the box, they be thinking we're crazy. No, it's just like some people say, ignorance is bliss. People are happy, and wonder why. Empaths ain't always like that. Why? Because we feel everything around us, and it's like chameleons. You can be peaceful right now, and you go towards a hellraiser. Then next thing you know, you're there on head. You want to spin and be puking out pea soup and stuff. But you're going through all these different changes, and at times it could be at that point where it can be very overwhelming. Like you are really, really ready to just like you ready to like, God, man, you gotta talk. It'd be one of those situations where you just really ready to talk, where you even make your crown chakra just itched, where you gotta say what you gotta say, because it's like you're going through so many tests. It's trying to see, I'm put you in this situation. Are you gonna trust what I say, or are you gonna focus on everything that's going on around you? I place these things in you. I place these obstacles into your life to be able to show you how bold and brave and courageous you are. Because there's a lot of times you be around people that want to convince you you're weak, want to convince you cannot be loved. You're hard to deal with. Anytime you're in that vibration of where, you could have been that person to let people run over you. Okay, I was like that. I can constantly see stuff, and it was like I was just so comfortable with collecting red flags, because that's what I was exposed to. That was what I was used to, and it would be my friends like, Roslynn, you need to get out of this. It was constant, and it was, it would be a recording thing, but I had to be able to go through this a little bit longer, and I tell people, yeah, I dealt with a lot of embarrassing things like that. This new me, oh nah. I ain't gonna be able, I can't, I love myself too much. It's too much of my spirit. I'm in Georgia, so I gotta say spirit, tonight. I love myself too much to allow myself to, entertain that. I used to be that pop off, shoot. Taurus, Gemini, Cusp, got Leo and Scorpio all up in the mix and stuff like that. We can come get unhinged a little bit, if you need to. But it'll be at that point where I had to really see, where am I going to let something come out of my character that I have no kind of control over? Somebody going to come poke the sleeping bear, because we already know you'll fight. I fight when I need to, but I'll fight if I have to too. And it'll be in those different situations in my life where I can really see, even when my situation hasn't changed, but it's just the way I've been dealing with stuff, and it wasn't easy. I had days where, I'm really trying to push through. It'd be on death anniversaries, because there's so many people that I loved and cared for done passed away left and right. And then me finding out who my biological family is, and also passing away, me knowing who they are, and I didn't get a chance to have any closure or meet or anything like that. That's a lot of stuff you got to heal from, and I work on it every day. I have no problem with telling people that, because it's like, that's where your sign of your strength is when you can tell somebody, man, I'll be having some jacked up days. There'll be days, I'll cry, I'll cry till either my voice is low, or, I gotta go play with my cats or something, or my little kittens I got outside, just to make me uplift, because I was going through so much. You're trying to heal, and you got people just steady trying to, no, you can't heal, just constantly, add more stress to it, even when they knew what I was going through. And then it's like, when I finally look back, and I say, dang, not even look back and just be angry, but look back and just give myself a pat on the back, because I try not to bring too much into detail of, my past or what I've gone through. I tell people, you want to know, you just look at my older videos. It'll be just different things, they'll just come up and, oh, let me go watch that, But it's just like I've said before, you're making peace with stuff, and it doesn't go into, deep, detail about that. But I went through a lot of traumatic stuff, family and all that other stuff, where, it just sees no salvation can come from that. No kind of peace was coming through that. And it was just, not wanting to be here anymore. Just couldn't believe that, everybody turned their back on me. My kids were everything to me, lost them in the process of going through all this stuff too. And it was just like all these different tests. I mean, they took the things that mattered most to me. The devil, when I tell you the devil will play on that, devil knows exactly what means the most to you, the people that means the most to you, and he will use those exact people, as well as God will, but use them as a tool just to educate you on a little something, not just about yourself, but within themselves too, because we just, reflecting different things where we had to learn ourselves on a totally different level, and it was just like, when I can think about certain things that I really didn't go unhinged about, that I really should have, like the old me, I'm glad I'm not like that no more, because the old me was very dangerous. And it's just like the mindset I got right now. And I mean, it's just like, hey, I'll be telling people, the lioness is still there. She ain't dead, she's asleep. Because people, when we love hard, when we get into that dark mode, it can get hard like that too. Because it's like, if you see how an empathic person uses love and kindness, and just knows how it feels to be in a setback, know how it feels to be, neglected or just put down to make you feel worse about a situation you're really trying to make better, and things add towards that. And here you come as being a blessing. You don't know. People, you don't know how many blessings you done gave out just by being nice to somebody. You could have gave somebody a couple of dollars because you seen somebody, and that person could have been praying about that 5 minutes ago, and boom, here you go. Or there's somebody's like, I'm going through something and I really don't want to be judged. I just, I need to be heard, or I just need to get some advice where I know this person ain't going to lead me into a situation where it's going to be worse. They speak real to me. They speak love to me. Because a lot of times there'll be something that we really don't want to hear. But it's just like, if you want to heal, there's a lot of things that you're not going to like. That, corrective criticism. Sometimes I get a little triggered off of that too. It's different between going through corrective criticism because somebody want to see that better in you that they already see. They just want you to see it too. They're going to tell you, A, you need to watch how you talk to yourself. Or A, you need to watch who you hang around. They be always telling you show your friends and I'll show you you. Being very particular about what energy. I mean, you're a sacred vessel. Very important. A lot of times we don't treat ourselves like we're important, but we are important. Everybody comes here for a purpose. Either you come in here to discourage or you come in here to evolve. You're empowering. You're doing these different things in life where I tell people, don't be ashamed of different things that has taken place into your life. The sacrifices you have made that you may not be proud of, or you have done some things that really, it's like cringe worthy. If you learn from those experiences and you make peace with those certain situations that really shook you, maybe, you did something toxic, because a lot of times we can be very toxic and don't even realize we're being that because we normalize it so much. If you move like that and it's just like you're trying to move differently, that's a brave thing. Don't let nobody tell you weak. When you stepping out on faith like that, faith is that takes courage, patience, belief, understanding, acknowledgement, being very aware and heavy on your intuition, intuitive, and your discernment. You have to be able to do that. That's some strong warriors right there. For you to be able to deal with something like this, and even if you got to keep reminding yourself, tell yourself, you look in the mirror every day, I love you. Whatever we know what we're dealing with right now. We know the battles that we face that we don't tell other people about. You go behind closed doors, cry, be angry, say what you need to say, and you walk out there like you ain't got a hair out of place. You make to your enemies how healing looks so freaking easy. You be finessing folks. People really don't know. And I tell people, you have no clue. You have no clue what people go through. You have no clue. Especially if you're that, if you're that type of person that where you're hurt people. Or you got people that been hurt and they understand. They healing. So you got people coming into your life that has been where you been. They trying to help you get there. Universe and source and God and everybody sending these people to you in your life. That's why all these people are leaving out your life, because it's making space for the things that is reciprocating. You know, when you start loving yourself, you start seeing people drop out your life left and right. Or there'll be things that was, that was tolerable to you, because we've been stuck in that low vibrational energy for so long. And then when you start pressing love to yourself and you see this is adding more stress to your life, it's draining the hell out of you. It keeps you in hesitation. It makes you second guess yourself. You're in your head. You're stressed out. Those are the type of things. It's like, well, with growth, that's not something you want to keep dealing with. Or if this is something that you have no choice but to deal with for that moment, because when you're in this situation, is for you to be taught something, for you to learn something. Because I'm the first one to tell you, when I feel like anybody who had the patience in the world, have utmost patience, loves, looking at challenges like it's congratulations, like they're happy to get a crazy challenge type situation. Be in certain situations like mine or yours or something like that, they be ready to pull their hair out. No, I don't know how you dealt with stuff like this, and but when you go through that growth process, we can be in our head, and our minds play tricks on us a lot, and it can have us in that negative state of mind for so long. It became natural. There's like backpack type of situation where if you've been in that vibe for so long, for you to take a chance on yourself and say, you know what, I need to bring growth into my life. I've been in this slump for so long. I'm seeing people get blessings left and right, and it's just passing me by. We're stressed out about people walking out of our lives, and we're losing people. And I'm not talking about is in death and life, but I'm just talking about y'all ain't in, see, y'all ain't in each other's atmosphere like that no more. I'm not talking about people done crossed over, but a lot of times we worry about like going through a checklist, like what did I do for them to do this? You don't know, and I say this a lot in my videos, and I have to remind myself that too. There's a lot of things that was showing you this is not your people. This is a situation that was only supposed to be for a season. These people had to teach you something about yourself. They had a message. They had a lesson. Now, you need to take that, put it on a postcard, index, whatever you want to do, one of them little black and white little notebooks, whatever. And you learn that and move on. And I had to be at that type of, the worst thing I can do. I had to cut off people. I'd rather cut off my arm before I had to cut certain people off. Because, especially if it's, see, it was like notification, especially when I had to do my kids. I love my kids with all my heart. My kids are everything to me. And having to be able to go through that was something I did not want to do. But it was just like for me to have my sanity. I can walk away and say, you know what, I tried. I pushed, I tried to be, be able to be open for them to be able to talk to me about anything, vice versa, but it was, it wasn't in the cards. I don't know what universe has somewhere down the line, but that was something that it will fix itself. I did what I can do, and I can walk away not with a heavy heart and say, I abandoned my children. It's like my children are all grown. My oldest one's gonna be 30, and my youngest one, she's 23. But it's just, going through all that, and I can say, I tried. I put guilt on myself. I should have tried harder. It's like, but if it's not, you have to be in that situation no matter who it is. No matter who it is. Now, if you got little ones that you're still caring for, that's a whole different story. But when it comes to a certain time in your life, you have to, this love that you're giving out, you have to be, if it's not coming back to you, that's when it needs to cut off. That's when it's like, when are you going to say enough is enough? Because they clearly are not reciprocating what you're putting out. You're giving, and they're taking, and they add nothing to it except, heartache, pain, whatever. You had to be able to go through that. And I feel like the scariest thing is losing yourself behind holding on to somebody where the universe is clearly telling you have to break free. You have to break free. There are so many blessings that you blocking, for you not to be able to have just because of the entertainment of energy that we choose to entertain, connect with. you know, and you're going through those different things, and it's just like, you know, you don't want to be in a connection where people are just using you or manipulating you or trying to get over, doing those different things. And when you start pouring into yourself, and I really feel that, you know, it'll be just like certain energies start dropping out of your life, or you just have the courage just to, you know, pop, you know, just look, I can't deal with this no more. You know, this is stressing me out. This is not something I don't have to deal with this. And it's something, if I don't have to, I'm not going to. You know, and I've gone through so many things. It's intense because, you know, like I tell people, I go through things in my own house. You know, I stay to myself, and that's a problem because I stay to myself. I keep quiet about my own business and going about me. Me doing me is a trigger. And it's just like, I'm not going to stop watering myself. I'm not going to dim myself for anybody. I'm not going to, you know, allow myself to, you get uncomfortable about me being authentic. That seems like it's more of your problem than mine. You know, I'm going to keep being me. I'm going to still be in my truth. I'm going to keep speaking the truth. I'm a whistleblower. I'm a truth teller. I'm going to keep being that. You know, that's what my purpose is. You know, you're going through all these different changes in your life, and you showing God. You showing source, but most importantly, you showing yourself. I'm putting myself first this time. You know, there's different things that I'm ready to create into my life. You know, you are correcting things that in your life that you were chosen. Like, you know, even when we doubt ourselves, obviously our ancestors thought very highly of us, saying that you were the person that can take it for the team. Like, look, they done been through some battles. This is a roughneck. This will be that one that'll stand on all armor of God and won't even sneeze to flinch. Be one of those type of people, because look at all the stuff they went through. Look at the stuff that you've been through. Because a lot of times those things will leave you feeling like hopeless. Like feeling like I don't deserve love because this is all I tend to get. You know, a lot of times we ask for love, it's from the wrong people. It'll be from the wrong. I can't ask somebody to love me if they don't love themselves. I can't do that. You know, a lot of times we'll end up getting in toxic relationships of any kind. When we don't love ourselves, we start attracting all type of stuff. We start dealing with a lot of stuff. We start conditioning. We start normalizing. And then you have that spiritual awakening where God, universe, ancestors like, look, enough is enough. We got some blessings for you. You are a beautiful person. You got a heart, a good heart. You stronger than you ever even imagine. If you can see all the strength and power behind everything that you're going through. It's like there's so many different things where it brought you here. Even though your whole life could have been a whole hot mess, you're still here. You're still in your right mind, even though it may be feeling kind of discombobulated right now. The equilibrium kind of off. It might be, you know, be one of those type of situations where you just all know, you know. But this is at that time where you got to this very moment, this pivotal moment, where you can be able to say, either I can allow my situations or my mishaps, my setbacks, my failures, my ills, all these things define me. No, it's just a person. You done went through a lot of stuff and you trying to make life right for you. Life may not be agreeing with you right now, but you're going through these things. And when you go through all these scavenger hunts of everything that you're doing, you know, when I start hitting certain levels in my life, even if I don't even realize on that next level of growth, I cry of emotions, because it's like I'll sit back, but it's not sad. It'll be something like it's unexplainable. Like you have been through so much. You are not supposed to be here with all the stuff that's going on, that everything that took place in your life, you know, you shouldn't be here. You know, because there'll be a lot of things that I've had let y'all know, but there's a lot of things I haven't. But it was enough to where just basically saying, not to just like you trying to open up a scab that's already healed, just I shouldn't be here. Just for the different things that's been done to me back to back to back to back to back. Like I didn't even get a breather, I didn't even get a pause, an advertisement, or a commercial break. It was constant like that, you know. And I can still be in my right mind and be very woke as hell, and just be able to be open with coming on here, you know, because there's a lot of time people give you negative comments. I don't, you know, I've seen it on mine, I've seen it on other people, and I tell people, if you have never been on social media where you record your videos and you're telling your life story, you don't know how intimidating that is for a person to be able to do, because universe or God is putting you on a platform where you have gone in so kind of ways, like, how am I going to be able to do this? Some people already know off the bat, they probably went to school for this. They probably, this is their thing. But this is something that just gave a curveball and they met you here. This wasn't stuff that I was doing like that. I never thought I'd be, be on here doing videos and stuff like that. The closest thing I ever do was WhatsApp, video chat, Tango, all that other crazy stuff. But I never thought I'd be on YouTube telling my life story about the different things that I know I'm not proud of, but have growth behind that. Because people will come up and say something. I said, look, if you can sit up here and start pulling all your skeletons out the closet, maybe, you may be having a big pet cemetery. You might got Michael Jackson Thriller, 30 Days and Nights and, Dawn of the Dead and all that other crazy mess all up in your backyard, and acres. And put it on here and be able to tell different things that you grow through, that you had to, you failed on, different things that you're not proud of, but it was like the universe urging you to be able to tell somebody this, because you don't know what people may be going through just looking for a savior. It's not we're saving anybody, but it's just like when you have a chance to tell somebody, look, I went through this, or somebody comes to you and telling you something, they're just really trying to find a way out. And a lot of times our way out, you have to go back in. There's certain things you want to get out of. And I had to learn that in every way. I had to be able to heal from certain things. I had to be able to believe in certain things. I had to allow myself to know this is a spiritual move. This ain't nothing personal. But then when it comes to certain situations, hell yeah, it's all the way personal. Especially if it's dismantling stuff that I done built up. Oh no, I'm about to take that back. And I had to be able to go through those different things. But also I had to be able to tell myself, just when somebody come at you negative like that, there's some people that are just keyed up like that. They built up like that. They're miserable people. You ain't the only person they do that to. Anybody that triggers somebody, you standing on your own. That's intimidating to a lot of people, because a lot of people got to put up facades. They have to make up, different things about their life to make them seem so exciting. I used to be that when I was little. It was just like when a little kid be doing this, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a superhero, little crazy stuff. But now it's as a turning point in your life, you going through stuff and be able to tell that. I said that's the most strongest thing anybody can do, is be able to tell somebody about their weak moments. I mean, there's times that y'all see me on here trying not to cry, because it was just like an energy. It was like, it made me feel like I was in church and the Holy Ghost hit me, being able to talk about something like that, because I know there's some people out here who can resonate, not with my actual, down to the T verbatim of my situation, but there's a lot of things that we may be coping with and we really don't know how we're going to be able to heal. Nobody understands me. Nobody don't believe me. They think I'm lost my mind, or or you going through different things where people are you are being very targeted, very targeted, watched everything. And you're going through these different changes. It's even not just shocking you, but it's definitely shocking your enemies. You got them all shook like, what the hell? How are you surviving all this different stuff that we done blew towards your way? How are you doing that? And it's just like growth, patience, acknowledgement, not taking it personal, because what you're doing to me has nothing to do with me, even if it's directed to me. This has more to do with your character, not mine. And you're being able to move on from that. You're not being able to hold grudges. It took me so long with the stuff that I'm going through, stuff that I did go through. It was hateful stuff, like you doing some unforgivable stuff. I don't even know how the heck you even asking to perch your mouth and ask somebody for forgiveness for what you did. But then it's at that time, I deserve my peace. I'm not doing this for them, because a lot of times, like I've said before, a lot of times it's hard for us to forgive anything or certain things, is because it seems like we're condoning what somebody did to us. It's like, it is not your fault if somebody has placed some kind of abuse with the A, in your life in whatever form or fashion, but it is our responsibility to be able to heal from it. You have to be able to do that. And there'll be a lot of times we don't even see how it looks like you walking around all unhinged and just deflected on everybody, because life was really shitty for you. So you want to be able to, join the car, join the fun on that. Or you get to a point in your life where, I've been miserable this whole time. I'm gonna hold my own self back. I have a choice to deserve to be happy, but that's my choice if I want to be. But if you want to be mad, that's also your choice too. but you have to be, it would be just like I had to be at that type of point. I'm like, girl, stop breathing defeat into your life. Don't be breathing the different things that really, really put you there. Being able to allow yourself to be at rest with that. Because there'll be different things that is just like guiding me to be able to talk about stuff. And I said, man, I'm making peace with that. Why y'all making me talk about it? And it's just like, you're not going back and opening up that door. But you don't realize a certain experience may resonate, where people are really trying to find a question. It's like, there are a lot of y'all, I've got emails from y'all, where you either DM me or you drop comments here and you say there'll be different things that you're going through and really try to figure it out, and you watch my video. It's like within 15-20 minutes, Roslynn, you just made sense of like 10 years of my life, because I just say it plain as day. I don't try to really use all these big elongated words and stuff like that. I just be simple. You can still sound educated even when you just say it plain and simple. But you're moving through life. You have really learned a lot, even when it feels like you really haven't gone that far. There's a lot of times we really got to change our perspective on that, because we feel like, it ain't too much really going on in my life because I'm in the same situation. I'm just trying to push through, just trying to be patient with myself, just, surrender to the outcome. You already know, you're moving good, good things are going to happen for you. You're learning life lessons. You're tying up loose ends. You're allowing yourself to keep separating from the old you. And that's not something easy to do. You've been like this for a whole, years. And it's like you putting on a new you suit. Like, this is the one that's been waiting for you in the back of the closet you didn't even know about. Like, there's a secret passage there. Like there's some kind of secret passage there. And you really had to go through some stuff. And it's just like, hey, try that new you out. Like, wait a minute, am I going to be able to fit it? It's like, do I need to take it in? It's going to fit just right for you. And when you're doing that, it's like, it's scary. But it's like, it's okay to be scared. Because a lot of times we are at that point in life where we are very impatient. I know me. You be wanting to know point A, point B, point C, point D. How's it going to end? What's going to happen? Your life be feeling like a whole damn soap opera. The young and the unstable. They'll be doing little crazy stuff like that. But it's just like, you're in this life right now where Spirit's telling me right now, whatever you got coming for you, I'm trying to say that without being emotional, but whatever you coming for you, you have truly earned it. You have really, truly earned it. You have gone through so many different things into your life where you felt like giving up. You felt like life was always going to be this way. It felt like it was never going to end. And it's just like right now, it's calm and creepy. It's calm and creepy. If you're going through your different things and you're trying not to, exert a negative narrative on it, like, I'm growing, or it's like, oh, this is getting on my nerve, I can't do this, I can't do, then that's what you're bringing up into your life. But if you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm just taking day by day, I'm gonna just leave today where today is and leave yesterday where yesterday is. I learned my lessons from that, be able to carry it on, be a better today. Whatever was bothering me yesterday and is out of my control, what can I do? If I can do something about it, change it. Do better. Start back over. Even though it gets annoying as hell when you got to start back over, but it's okay because you are showing yourself, I'm not giving up on myself. There's a lot of times where we have put so much energy in things we thought we wanted. We really wanted it and we worked hard for it. We believed in it. You even if it was something you were buying, you were saving money, putting it on there, Xing off the calendar and stuff like, oh, I'm about to go get this, or, oh, this is going. And by the time I get there, you're like, bruh, are you serious? This is what I did this for? This? What? No. I'm like, man, I'm wasting time. No, it's not. I even have to tell myself that. Stop wasting time. You don't learn something that it wasn't wasted. Because you learn something out of that. A lot of time I'll get on my high horse with God. I'll say, this is a waste of time. I could be doing something else. Be mad and be like, yeah, you may feel like that, my child, but it's a bigger perspective. I'm like, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut right now. I'm like, okay. I don't. Be out on those different things. But you're going through these things. And life wants you to be gentle with yourself. Life wants you to think carefully. Use your discernment, because a lot of times it is scary. I've done it myself. When things are you're on unfamiliar territory. I mean, it can be very unsettling. You don't know. You can crash and burn, or this can just really be that total whole glow up for you. But you're taking that leap of faith in yourself, where you're being guided. You're being protected. You're leveling up. There's a lot of different things. You're starting to even feel different. Energies. It's like, I don't know about y'all, but it's just like really intense. But it's not a bad intense, but it's just like, it makes you very aware. Very aware, like, oh, okay. You got that? Higher self. Okay. Okay. Just keep moving. And just, you take a little mental note, spiritual note, and just keep it pushing. And I mean, you're becoming a new person, because people even starting to say, what's wrong with you? Why are you quiet? I ain't got nothing to say. I'll be like that. If I have something to say, I'll come up on my videos. There'll be a lot of times it's like I'm going through my little situation where I'm allowing myself to keep to myself until I'm being directed, like, hey, somebody need to hear that. Or hey, I'm going through this, and this is something that Source told me that I needed to share with y'all. You're going through these different things where life is testing you all over. And they want to know, we know you studied. We put certain things into your life. And that it was going to either take you, it's going to ascend you to that next level, or this is going to take you back, But either way, you're going to learn. But it'll be at that point in your life where, okay, I made a, and when things start to either take too long, or you're not sure about it, you heavy in doubt, because that's what fear, you don't want, they're telling you, don't move through fear. Don't have those doubts in your head. It's just like, use even if you got to psych yourself out by imagining, where could you be right now? What do you see yourself doing? The most amazing thing that just makes your heart soar, because it's like, minds don't know what reality is until we create it to be that way. Either it can be negative, or it can be in a growth process of you seeing everything, even when it may be on a pause for a minute, or on a standstill for a minute. It may be just you may be getting redirected, like, okay, I don't use my experiences up for this and use my experiences for that, but now it's time, like, okay, you learn that, you excelled that, you promoted that, you graduated from that, now I got something else for you to do. And a lot of times we're clearing that out, and it just seems like day after day there's some kind of pothole, some kind of setback, some kind of slowdown, some kind of thing. And it'll be a lot of time we put too much energy into it, at times. Well, it'll be different things that'll need your discernment. Like, hey, don't be jumping in something. Hey, look, I'll put this in there. You don't realize devil be setting traps, up for people left and right. And this is not somewhere where it's just like, okay, that chapter in your life is gone on long enough, and we've been trying to show you signs, synchronicities of that, so we about to take you on to something else. Now you're on new territory, even when it was like you're in the same spot, but you're on a new mindset. Your energy is like renewed and brand new. It's like you've been filtering out. So you're going through all these different emotions because you're filtering out that old person you are not anymore. You're making peace with that. You're going through an ego death. You're going through a pride death. You're going through, dark night of the soul. And that dark night of the soul ain't nothing to play with, Especially, it's just like, it's hard for you when you resist. It makes things so much worse. I had to be able to learn that. I tell people real quick, don't resist it. Don't resist. Stop resisting. Be one of those different situations, like, don't resist, because I'm telling you it's going to make it harder. Just allow yourself to go for the flow. You got to be, you stepping out of comfort zones. You're doing some scurry stuff. Going to be like that. Me, I get like that. I'll be going like scurry. Even though I can say scary, I wanted to say scurry, because some of this stuff is just like, ugh, give you the ick. But you go through that, but that's all right. You're a real G. You're doing OG stuff. Like, sometimes people be OGs, and when it get to that point, or you really having to put in that OG step and the OG energy, all of a sudden you come a wee little thing. It'll be like that. Now it's just like, nah. I put you through the experience. I dropped you in the worst situation possible, and you came out of it just like I told you would. And a lot of times we can be out of stuff and don't even realize it because we done gone through stuff so long. And then when you look back, you're like, wow, there'll be some things I never thought I could be able to let go of. Or wow, I'm allowing myself to put my feelings in something that just showed me the truth. You know, a lot of things, it's like truth can hurt you in any kind of way. Truth can bring all type of daggone vibes out of you, but allow yourself to respect it, because that is the truth. You're no longer living through the lies. You're no longer living through the illusions. You're making this choice for you to grow and be a better person. You really and willing, you know, because when you step into that, where you telling universe, source, God, I'm ready for that next level, you sure about that? Is that your final answer? It'd be one of those type of situations. And he gonna put you through a whirlwind of stuff like, wait a minute, I just got out of something, you about to put me in something else. You know, be one of those situations. And it was like, no, you said you were ready. I want you to put in every single thing. I want you to be able to show me how it is to love yourself. Put some situations, I'll put something in your face that maybe used to be triggering to you. I'm gonna just see how you if your energy gonna shift, and now you're gonna get in your feelings. You know, you're gonna be a little bit upset with me. You know, be those different things. Or I'll bless somebody right in front of you, even when I know I seen you blessed. You know, you've been busting your butt really hard to get your blessings. You know, allowing you to see this. I want to see how are you gonna congratulate those people. You know, are you gonna congratulate somebody? I mean, genuine, not be saying, "Oh, I'm happy for you." They didn't deserve, you know, be one of those different things, because even when people don't deserve something, we can't be, I'll leave that one alone. But, you know what I'm saying, if you don't know what people went through. You know, some people, you know, they just skate on through and just got lucky, you know, and just copped out on something. But then you got some people that work hard. They went through the trenches. You don't know how long they've been through. You don't know what they've been through, how their mindset was, their circumstances was, how much money they had in the bank, how much food they had in the refrigerator. You don't know what that person's circumstances is. You know, and a lot of times, yeah, it can be like that, especially when you know you don't worked hard and you seeing people get blessed, and you're like, hey, you forget about me. You know, made me think about the song Creed, please, you know, what is it, children don't stop dancing, keep on dancing, or whatever, because there's like so many people in the world. He said, I know I'm a little dot in this world, you probably forgot about me. No, this is that time you're sitting in your blessings, you're being strong, you're being, you know, you're doing your due diligence, you know, you're allowing yourself to connect with parts of yourself that is truly needing your attention to let go. This is healed. You may have gone through some kind of abuse with the A, you know, you may have gone through different things where it made you look at people different, world different, life different, most importantly, self, you know, and not in a good way. So I had to get you and put you in these circumstances and situations, so when these doors are finally closing, I want to see if you learn to put trust in your mindset, in your heart, where you're going, having faith, and just keep going, even when stuff is just really looking rocky, and you just hear that little voice, keep going, don't give up. You know, it ain't gonna always be like this. This too shall pass. You know, you're going through these different things into life, and you just, you know, and it's like you're not even exactly where you want to go yet, but there's something like a little pep in your step, you know. Even though when you're going through stuff, and it's just like, we all go through stuff. You know, a lot of people can paint that picture like everything is perfect in their life. Be on social media, everything is perfect in their life. You know, sometimes we be tripping off and say, I want stuff like that too. You know, a lot of times, some of that stuff, and I'm not saying everybody, but there's a lot of times in the world where people are front, people are finesse. You know, they'll do things that make it look way better than it actually is. I mean, look at all the stuff that's coming on, you know, and you just constantly hear it. I mean, it could have been a person that you really idolize and stuff. You know, we ain't supposed to idolize nobody, but, you know, put all our energy in. You know, we were a fan for them, even though you shouldn't be a fanatic over nobody. But these are your people. These are certain people that you like, you know, and these people, they be going through stuff too. But a lot of times we be in in that 3D mindset and be thinking about money, cars, fancy trips, the lavish clothes, and money, you know, and that's at that 3D level. You know, yeah, that's nice on paper and it's nice on picture, but you know, where's the growth coming from? What's the next step? You know, you got the backup, you know, not the backup plan, but what's the next plan? Because we ain't going to stay right here. I mean, you in a good place right here. I'm talking about for me. Because other people, you can get to a very comfortable place and want to stay there. No, that'll be me. That'll be my pit stop. If I can bring something more into my life and I know I have the resources to do it, that's what I'm going to do. You know, because I'm in my purpose. I'm doing what I want to do. If I know I've been in a situation where I'm struggling and God bless me, I want to be able to bless somebody else. You know, I'm not a selfish person like that. I love to be able to see people happy. If I know if I can insert something in somebody's life, you know, any kind of way where you talk or you needed something, you know, learning, and I know I can make something better for you into your life, that's a blessing for me. And those are the type of people that God, you know, it's made you out to be. If you're that type of person, you know, and it'll be, you know, we can go through stuff for so long and we really feel like, damn, this is never going to end, is it? You know, and you have to be at that. Miracles happen every day. Miracles happen every day. Miracles happen every day. Even when stuff is just really hitting the fan. This is, I mean, God will weigh that weight on you because it's like He knows how strong you are. He knows what you are capable of doing. He knows that potential. But we are going through different changes and adjustments in our lives where we're starting to see that. Now I see why God said I was so strong, because I'm going through this stuff and I don't know it. You know, I'm doing it by myself and I thought I needed this person. I thought I needed that. No, you need just Him. Okay? It's like be Him. Even though we think we need these different things, but we need Him. That's not going to be the one, like I'm not spiritual, but I'm not religious, but I'm heavy in my spirit. That's one person that ain't going, you know, just going to do that. And there'll be a lot of times I got to even be able to tell myself that. There's so many different things God protected me from. I don't even realize He did. There'll be so many things God protected you from, even when you don't believe in Him. Whatever you serve and whatever you worship or pray to, you know, they'll, you know, whatever. There'll be different times that I have faith in God because I felt like, where were you at when all this stuff happened? Right there. I was right there when all that stuff happened. You looking, you ready to slap, you know. But it'll be just like, now I see, you know. And I tell people like that, you don't know what kind of beautiful thing can blossom from what you've been through, you know. And it'll be, I mean, it could be some really jacked up stuff that goes on, you know. It's like, if you, like with me, you know, I had to really recalibrate myself. I had to watch where, you know, I always love watching scary movies. I always like watching, you know, the crime shows, different things that's going on, and they, you know, they do the backstory about different things, and, you know, because I don't know what it is about me with that, you know, because I always wanted to be, you know, working with that, you know. I want to be able to help solve crimes and, you know, find missing people and stuff like that. I've been like that since I was little, so I breathed that because it's like, ooh, you know, these people are, at least, even though they're sad, you know, something very traumatic happened to them, or they're not here no more, but that person is telling that person's story, you know, or something good came out of this person being, life just being cut short, you know. And it's hard to be able to see, especially when you go through so many traumatic situations and you don't know how you're going to be able to overcome this. You don't know how you're going to be able to deal with it day by day. You know, how hard is it for you to even put a smile on your face or even get up out the bed in the morning, because you're dealing with some heavy stuff that you were trying your hardest, you know. And I hope you are, you know, because a lot of times we'll let problems just like, I give up, I'm done, things aren't going to get, I mean, because that's what mindset will do. That's what your enemies will do. They will try to make you feel like your dreams are not, those dreams can never come, it never happen. You know, dreams, your dreams are too big. You don't have enough money for that. I mean, what resources do you have? Do you have those kind of connections? You know, how are you going to be able to do that? I mean, and it'll be those things you probably asked yourself, people asking you, how are you going to be able to do that? But you know, and I had to be able to, everybody don't need to know everything. You know what I mean? A lot of times you don't even know. You know how to be able to, you know, be able to keep stuff to myself. I had to learn that the hard way. Even when you want to be open and talk about stuff, you know, a lot of times that can come back and bite you in the ass, or somebody use that against you, you know, and try to do some stuff. But it'll be just those different things where I will place you in position, like, they don't need to know. You know, this is your journey. And this is your journey. Only person you need to answer to is whoever you speak to for your protection, your guidance, your wisdom, all these different things set you in, wherever he's trying to take you to. That's the only person you need to know. Because a lot of people try to figure out, how are you going to be able to do this? Especially with my situation. I mean, it's just like people, oh, it's so simple. If it was so simple, I wouldn't be doing this right now. If my situation wasn't like that. It was complicated, very complicated. If you're not invested in a situation, like biologically invested in a situation like that, of course, with my situation, it was easy. No, it's not. I had to really go through a lot of different things and still going through. I'm trying to make peace with it. You don't even know how hard it is. Because, I mean, it's hard to be able to heal and let go of something that you don't have closure. People are still standing on illusions and lies to protect themselves or whatever they want to do. While you're the one who wants to be able to move on. But it's just with me, whatever, me not knowing the understanding or even just fathoming why, things are the way they are and people who are the way they are. As long as I can be sure about myself. I can't keep allowing myself to focus on that. My main focus is to heal, to overcome. Being able to share my experience with other people about growth, about grief. Being able to be and transmute, to be able to accept a lot of things that's hard for us to be able to digest, that we have to accept. Stand in our truth, being very authentic, loving ourselves more and more every day. And that's not a selfish thing. A lot of times people think that is being arrogant or condescending or being narcissistic. You're supposed to love yourself. A lot of us lack that in life, because of upbringings or things we were exposed to or things that was done to us. We don't have that. Because that's why a lot of us get into these broken homes. There's a lot of us that get into these toxic DVSA kind of situations or led that way. You don't know you're walking into it, or certain things like that take place in our life that we have no control over, and then you trying to move on and be standing strong with yourself. And there'll be different times in your life when you are at that point of where you have gone through the impasse and it's just like, okay, it's break. Now it's time for you to reflect, and and it's not like you're dwelling on the past, but you can look back where you don't know, you probably living about 5 or 6 prayers that's been answered in your life right now. Cause you probably been going through a breakup. You probably felt like you couldn't live, breathe, or without this person. This person is not oxygen. You were fine before you with this person. You're going to be fine and okay after that person. You don't need that person to keep being you. If it was meant to be that way, it will be that way. It'll be fated that way. A lot of times we try to force something. It's like we praying for our marriage, we praying for our relationship, and God doing every daggone thing he can to tear that mess apart, because that is not where I want you at. This is only supposed to have been a learning experience for you in some kind of way to make you grow, make you ascend, make you see who you truly are by being authentic. And you're being able to do that. So I didn't mean to make this video so long, y'all, but like I said, universe is testing us every day. What your weaknesses are, what your triggers are, what your constant setbacks is, your repetitive cycles. God and universe, and especially our ancestors, are really trying to push us through so we can learn this and move on to whatever else that, they have gifted for us, for all the different things, the sacrifices and the struggles and the pain that we have gone through. Just know you didn't come this far to come this far. Believe in yourself. Do not quit. Don't sleep on yourself. Don't matter what other people think about you. Ain't none of your business. It's how you see yourself, how you love yourself, how you pour into yourself. And sending so much love towards each and everybody. Like I say, like and subscribe. Drop a comment. It would be greatly appreciated. Email me if you would like to donate to the channel. Cash App is also there in the description box below. Email address is also in the description box below. So namaste. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend, and please be responsible at every single thing you do. And sending out love and light towards everybody. So peace, much love. I say shalom, God bless, namaste.